Hello, I'm Kevin Kelly, one of the company directors of K Squared Productions Limited. Welcome to our new Patreon page. I wanted to tell you a little bit about myself and the company and what we're trying to do. Following a successful career in IT, I decided to follow my dream in 2016 and become a playwright. I started writing short plays and wrote an adaptation of the controversial 1980s gay coming-of-age novel, The Milkman's on His Way. I wanted to take it to the Brighton Fringe in May 2019, so I tried to find a producer willing to take a risk on an unknown playwright, but I couldn't find anyone, so I decided to produce the show myself. And that's the dilemma that faces new playwrights. How do you get your work out there when you don't have links in the business, when you don't know who to approach, you don't know which venues might be open to staging your work? The best way to find a producer is to invite them to view your work on stage. But for that, of course, you need a producer to get your work on stage in the first place. And that's the gap that K Squared Productions Limited is trying to fill. We're a limited company with no shareholders, so any funds raised go towards delivering brilliant work to the stage. Following on from The Milkman's on His Way, in May 2019, our next production was a new original full-length play, Turning the Screw. This told the story of Benjamin Britten and the creation of his opera, The Turn of the Screw. Our production was chosen by the Ambassadors Theatre Group as part of their premiere season and ran at the studio, New Wimbledon Theatre, in October 2022. The central story of the play was Britten's relationship with the young David Hemmings, but the theme was more about how people respond and react in situations where there's a power imbalance. How, for example, does a young actor respond to an overtly sexual approach from, say, a Harvey Weinstein or a Kevin Spacey character, someone with the power to make or break their future career? What responsibility lies on the people around that powerful individual and their duty to tell truth to power? Our most recent production was the Battle of Bamber Bridge, and this told the story of one of the last mutinies on British soil, which took place in a small Lancashire village in 1943, when white American military police fired on black American soldiers. We produced that play as part of the official commemoration of the 80th anniversary of the battle, and it was performed on the evening of 24th of June 2023 outside the Old Hob Inn, 80 years to the hour that the battle began. But the focus of the play wasn't so much on the soldiers, but on the reactions of the local people to these aliens who came to live among them. We wanted to explore the richness that comes from embracing the other, rather than trumpeting the rather trite racism is bad message. I started writing in theatre because I didn't see plays that were looking at the sort of situations that I was interested in. Ordinary people living in remarkable times and faced with extraordinary decisions. I find that writing about these scenarios, often based on historical incidents, can be even more fantastical than a fictional situation I might conjure up from my imagination. I truly believe that history can provide an insight into the events that are happening today. What I found through producing all three of these plays is that an enormous amount of work needs to go into moving the written word from page to stage. We want to help create stories that entertain, that thrill, that challenge us, and enrich lives by enhancing our understanding of ourselves and each other. We set up K Squared Productions Limited to help new and emerging LGBTQIA+ playwrights to make that very step. With your help and support through our Patreon page, we are going to be able to help many more playwrights in the future. So thank you very much for your donation.